Hey y'all, welcome back. I am recreating my makeup look for New Year's Eve, you guys. I was honored to be able to attend Hannah Martin's masterclass. Anyone could have signed up for it. I just signed up for it and took it, and it was so fun. And it was just so fun to learn and recreate a look together with hundreds of different people, and it was just a lot of fun to be able to learn from one of the industry's most amazing makeup artist and most down-to-earth makeup artist at that as well. And I just really love Hannah and her aesthetic and her technique and just her as a person. I am going to recreate the look that we all created during her masterclass, and I'm excited to share that with you today. So if you want to see how I got this look, it's definitely glam. Very glam, a lot more makeup than I'm used to wearing, but kind of digging it. Who says that? I said that. Keep watching. Let's get started with the New Year's Eve look. I'm so excited. First up, we're going to start with foundation, because during my masterclass with Hannah Martin, she said, let's do foundation. Something kind of dewy, something fun. I'm going to use my Reboot. So my Reboot foundation I like to mix. So I'm just going to shake it a little bit and then apply. I always like to mix them on my hand. I'm not as much as a deeper shade like that. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm taking my Bobbi Brown. This is the full coverage face brush. I love this brush for foundation. And I'm just going to start applying. And I have a mirror right here, so that's where I'm looking. I love this foundation because it is like a medium coverage. It's still gonna look really good on the skin. It doesn't look too much. But with this look, it is a like full coverage, full glam out look. But what I love about Hannah and her her makeup style is that she goes glam, but it still looks like a natural glam. So stunning, you guys. It is insanely beautiful, and I love learning from her. Her makeup style is, I like her makeup style. That's what I look for in makeup. So that is that foundation on my skin. You can definitely tell I'm wearing makeup, but it does look a lot like the skin, which I prefer. Next up, we went in with concealer, and I'm going to use my NARS. This is the Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Medium 2 Ginger. I am loving this concealer, you guys. And I went in with this Rare Beauty brush. It's such a cool brush. It's angled, and I love that for concealer. But I took a good bit of it. I kind of rubbed it in. I rubbed it on the back of my hand. Now this concealer shade is probably my skin tone. But look at the coverage. And I went fuller coverage, guys. I usually don't go like super full coverage, but I was like, you know what? It's New Year's. I'm going to do it up. And I want to just see what it's like. It's just makeup, you know? You can always take it off if I don't like it. But I did. I really did like it. Even just a little bit more. Usually I don't like myself with like a ton of makeup. But this looks so good. And I really like this under the eyes just because I don't know, it just canceled out all of the, I don't even have like super dark circles, but even the little bit that I had, it just kind of brightened it up a little bit. Even if it's a little bit, even if I needed a lighter shade. I did go down around my nose and I concealed my eyes. She took a little bit of powder. Now I'm just taking my Cushion Dough powder and putting it into a fluffy brush. This is the Refer 16. It looks like this, you guys. And it's almost like a big eyeshadow brush. And just lightly going in here. And I may have the steps a little bit off, but this is what I am doing here to just recreate the look. So I'm just going down my nose and on my eyes, and then I am going to take this all over the lid just to set the lid, because I did go over it with some concealer, and that for me can sometimes be a little too emollient for my lids because they are quite oily. Look how nice that looks. It's so nice. Now I'm not going I'll do like right here through the T-zone just a bit, but I am going to do bronzer and also contour. I never contour, and when she was like, we're contouring, I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't contoured in forever, but it was so fun. It was so fun. Eyes are next. So we took a deep pencil black, whatever black by Makeup Forever is what I used, and it's what I'm using, and all I'm doing is taking it and smudging it on the lash line. And I'm doing that, I'm just gonna get a mirror closer to me. And it's okay if it's messy because we just created a base for the kind of smokier eye. And I like this technique. I've noticed a lot of makeup artists that I follow will do this. They'll start with an eyeliner. And I would have just never thought of that, quite honestly. They start with an eyeliner and they use it as a base for the powder products. Really cool, huh? And it makes sense. It makes total sense. Taking a super kind of small eye, this is a 59 by Scott Barnes. You see how it's kind of angled? I'm taking this out and smoking it up. So I'm really blending this out because it is a very creamy formula. And it just starts to smoke it out very lightly. And starts a little bit of a wing for me. Then I'm taking a fluffier brush and messing it up. I'm really just smudging it out. And I will say I was not perfect at this. I am still learning. I still have hooded eyes. It still transfers to the top of my lids. I just love to learn. All right, so I think that's good for right now. What Hannah did next is she took kind of like a taupey brown, and I actually have this brand new palette it's the Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette by Charlotte Tilbury. Never used it, I know, but it was kind of like a peachy taupey brown. So I was thinking of like going in between these two and using both of those together and just see how that turns out. So she just did that like up top and really just made it really pretty and simple. Next up, she used quite a bit of sparkle on the lids. I am using, and what I did use is this YSL, it's the Sequin Crush. Now for me, this was not like, she used a bit of sparkle. She has like full on glitters, and I'm like, I don't have any glitters. I need to invest in some glitters. But I just put it right here and kind of up a little bit since I do have hooded lids. And it allows, and she just smacked it on the middle right there. And then I did it on the other side. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do brows. So I'm just taking my Gucci pencil. This is in blonde and filling in the brows. Now she used a brow gel. I have this brow gel. It's a 24-hour brow setter by Benefit. I do have this one. I think this one was gifted, but I do like it. I have to be very kind of sparse with it though, because it will get somewhat crunchy if I'm not careful. She kind of moved up around a little bit. She went from like eyes to complexion, and I kind of like that. I don't know. It was just kind of like how she was seeing it come together. She really likes this Huda Beauty Tantour. Mine is in shade light. She used shade medium. I love it. I mean, it is a good product, you guys. And then I always use these from my favorite. These are like my favorite brushes for just contour and stuff. And she did it up on the bronzer, you guys. I mean, she was like, we're bronzing it up, we're glamming it up, and like, I loved it. So this looks pretty stark right now, but we'll tone it down just a bit. This is shade light, you guys. It's pretty intense, definitely, but I like it. This stuff just blends seamlessly, you guys. But my forehead's not blended. So what I did was, since I had a good bit on my forehead, I took my foundation brush and just kind of like went ahead and patted it in a little bit. I'm going to powder a little bit too, so it won't look as deep, but I do, like, it will come together, I think. She also said use a cream blush, and she did even suggest this one by Shiseido. This is a really good blush, you guys. It's a Setsuko 07. It was so funny. I was like, I have that one, I have that one. It was quite funny, but I'm just going to use my BK Beauty 106 for this. I like to throw just a little bit on the back of my hand. This is what the shade looks like. It's very beautiful. And I rub it around, and when you rub it around, you guys, it blends out so beautifully. Now, she kept it up higher because she wanted it to be just kind of like a natural flush to the cheek. And I liked that. Now, I am a person who loves a lot of blush, and I think that's her style more so too. But I do love the softness that it gave to the complexion. It was just really pretty. Next, what she did was she took a deep brown eyeshadow, and not black, but she said you could use black because the black itself would make it more stark, but more of a brown to really get in the crease of the eye. I loved the technique. It was so, so cool. I am going to take a Sonia G mini booster. It's a small brush, but a little mighty brush at that. I'm going to go in with, I'm trying this palette out. So maybe one of these, maybe this one here. It's the date one. I don't know. I haven't even swatched these, guys. Yeah, I think that one should be plenty. I think it should be fine. And she just packed it right here. Like, just started going like that. That shade might be a more plum than I personally want. I'm going to try the Cure Brun shade instead. Now, I do want to say one thing, that what I enjoyed about in the way that she was teaching, she said, it's okay. It's okay that you mess up. Because some people, even in the chat, and even myself, like, I was like, oh gosh, I messed that up. Even now, I just like totally didn't know this was going to be more plum than really I wanted. She's like, it's okay. Just wipe it off or paint over it, essentially, is what you should do. And that's what I'm doing. She was like, if you get too much, just take another brush and blend it out, you know? So it was just really easy. It was just really nice. It was just a nice time. It looks silly now, but just wait. wait. I love this brush. It's a 61 by Scott Barnes, and it is so, it's just good. There's so many uses for it. So I'm just taking the middle and blending it up because I do have hooded eyes, and that blends it and smokes it out. And I don't want it too far in either. She was saying don't take it too far in. I have a brown Charlotte Tilbury liner that I just really love. She renamed a lot of these. I think it's just called brown now, but mine is called the Classic Eye Powder Pencil. So powder is in the name. That's important because some of hers aren't powder. Y'all, this is the best waterline pencil. So just going the waterline right here, and then bringing it kind of like together there. She also took the brown that was in the crease and took a shadow brush and went under right here. And that kind of brought it all together. She wasn't worried about the liner up top or anything like that because what she was doing is she was adding more sparkle. So she would add a little bit of sparkle here, a little bit of sparkle there. I really just went in more. I don't have any glitter, and I need some glitter, guys. I mean, some like kind of white gold glitter because I don't have any. So I just went in more with this kind of all over and in, because she was going in with glitter kind of all over the lid, which I loved. But this is really pretty too. I did a little bit. I did a lot. She then took a liner, like a liquid liner, and just lined the top. Y'all know I love this Tom Ford one. I did just put a tiny bit of lip balm on. I'm letting this dry. Okay, so next up she contoured. I think she contoured next. I'm just doing what she did. But I took just the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand, the Hollywood contour one. It's been a while since I've used this. So I'm just taking this with a kind of like very small brush and lightly dabbing it on right here. I kind of have like really big cheeks. So for me, it's slightly harder to contour, but she brought it back. And I always bring the contour up, just so it doesn't bring my face down. Can you tell that I even did it? It's like, I have really big cheeks anyway. It's so hard to contour for me. She curled her lashes. I'm using this Shiseido eyelash curler, but then she put on lashes. I never put on lashes, and when she did that, I was like, I do have them. And I was like, it's New Year's Eve, I'll just do it, right? Bear with me as I put these on. These are Ardell Wispies. I've used these like once, you guys, before, and I kind of like the way they looked. But they were fun, and I always get nervous that I'm just not going to put them on right, or they're going to look funny, or they're going to fall off. I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't know why. All right, so I think I have them on. So I'm just not used to it. I'm going to take my Chanel mascara. All right, y'all, so these are the lashes. What do you think? It's a lot more makeup than I normally use, or normally wear, but I feel very fancy. Okay, so what did she do next? Oh, she took a little bit of highlighter. Yeah, so she took a little bit of highlighter next. I'm using my Suku palette, and I'm going to take just a small brush. She took more of like a golden shade and put it kind of right here. And then I'm going to do the other side. It was really interesting because I enjoyed doing this because it made me see what I have, what I don't have. Quite honestly, if I want to create different looks. Mostly everything I do have, but I was like, I don't have glitter. I don't have a lot of glitter. I don't wear a ton of glitter, but it would be nice to have something to play with every once in a while, you know? It was fun. It was really cool. It was a cool experience. I'm going to use this by Shiseido. This is the new Bare lip liner that I picked up. Let's show you what it looks like. That's what it looks like on. And then just a soft lip since the eyes are so intense. I used a newer nude to me. This is Anita by NARS. It's gorgeous. It's so pretty, you guys. And this I would consider a nude on me. Kind of a nude pink. And that's the look, my friends. Oh, what do you think? Isn't it fun? It's a good bit of makeup. But I felt so pretty on New Year's, you guys. Although we didn't go anywhere or do anything, I just felt good. And I feel like that is just the power of makeup in general. It's fun to play. It's fun to be creative. It's fun to create things. It's fun to put on lashes every once in a while, even if you don't know. And I just love it. And I just felt very inspired. So I appreciate Hannah for having me and her masterclass. It was an awesome, awesome masterclass. And it was just fun. It was really fun. It was a fun New Year's Eve experience and a fun look that we all created together. I really like the look. I learned a few techniques. I learned, you know, like different things about the eyes. I feel like my eyes are really like va-va-voom. but I feel, I don't know, I feel fancy definitely. Anywho's, I hope that you enjoyed the recreation of my New Year's Eve look. I did it the best I could. It's a little bit different, of course. You know, every time you do a look, it's going to be a little different, but I really enjoyed doing it for you, and I hope that you enjoyed this as well. Tell me in the comments what your favorite product that I used. I'd love to know. What was your look for New Year's Eve too? I'd love to hear that as well. You know, my look was this, but I was kind of wearing pajamas. Don't tell anybody, okay? Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll leave my latest video right here, and I'll see you later. Bye, y'all.